Let's
It's
just say clear water can't happen soon enough.
So we'll go ahead and kick off the call. Steve, we've got a special guest on. Welcome again to Origination Nation, guys. Thursday here in the month of February. Hopefully you guys are all doing awesome. I wanted to introduce you to Stephen Katz. He runs a branch here for us outside of Atlanta, and he's been doing video. Stephen, you've done video for a number of years, right? It's nothing new to you. But more specific, you've dialed in about 4 months ago, you dialed into doing the reels that we're all seeing, on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, rather than doing, the 30-minute videos or the long podcast or even 5-10-minute, videos. Stephen's target, 60 seconds or less, Stephen, I'm guessing, maybe even 30 and less.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so I found, I took a course and I found that these Instagram reels were really hot, and it was a faster way to build a community. So I kind of bought into the process, and I've had a lot of success with it the past 90 days.
Yeah,
So
I'll give you a quick segue to that. Really, success is, I think you had a video that you had over 1 million views, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is incredible, right? So he's getting a lot of traction. Like a lot of us put stuff on social media and we look and say, hey, we got 50 likes, right? We got a couple of shares and a few comments. He got over 1 million views in less than 90 days. In fact, I think that was probably 60 days out of the gate. And he now has 9,000 followers that are regularly seeing his content and his post. So you literally, I know when I log in, I can't avoid not seeing Stephen Katz, right? I mean, he's in my living room. Stephen, you're even in my bedroom sometimes. I'm just,
Oh, well, that's great to know. Thanks for that information.
You're literally everywhere. So kudos to you. And I know you did chat me up a couple of days ago that you've got an application from somebody that you've never met or engaged with, from one of the reels that they saw, and you've got something scheduled for Monday. And I know you've had a lot of other contacts and connections as a result, but I'll go ahead and let you kick it off and do your stuff.
Yeah, so I have a little bit of a presentation, if you don't mind.
Yep.
So I'm going to do a share screen. I am not great with technology, but let's see if this works.
We've got you.
So you see a full screen where it says Instagram Reels.
Yes.
Aha, look at that first
Thank
try.
you, man.
Okay. And my other screen, I see all your pretty faces. Okay, so Instagram Reels. So yeah, so this is just going to be on a narrow presentation on short form Instagram Reels. These are videos that are less than 60 seconds. Okay, so why are we doing this? So the market shifted. Old school prospecting is not as effective as it used to be. Realtors have fewer leads to distribute. Lead sellers, and listen, I've tried to buy leads myself. When the market dries up, the lead quality goes really down. Home shoppers today, they're more tech savvy. There's a lot that want to DIY it and do their own research. And the truth is that the companies and the salespeople that get closest to the consumer are going to win. That's what Gary Vee says, and I believe him. You need to think now in terms of building a community. So, what do I mean by that? So just in a general sense, so how many people on this call are like less than 40 years old? Now I have to put my hand down. Okay, well, John definitely is. And yeah, so, don't we all agree that over the next 20 years of our working life, that the mortgage industry, real estate, how it's done is gonna change in some way, shape, or form, the way we originate loans? Maybe they'll have originators, maybe they won't. Maybe we'll be selling flying cars and trips to the moon. I don't know. But I can tell you that if you build a community that supports you, it doesn't matter what you're gonna do. Okay, so for this Instagram Reels to be successful, you need to be one of three things. The videos have to be informative, They have to be entertaining or they have to be infotaining. Mine are more informative, but listen, if you've got some sort of talent or sense of humor, throw that in there as well. Now, on the right-hand side, you can see that in just the last 90 days, you know, I have 8,900 followers, but if you do the quick math, you can see that I only had 100 because I started out with 8,800 and now I have 8,900. I only had 100. So now I've added almost 9,000. The key is don't try and pitch or sell or have a call to action. Don't say, hey, if you're looking for a mortgage, call me, because now you're a commercial and I'll just, well, I won't follow you to begin with and I'll just ignore your videos. The money is not in that pitch in the video. The money is in the DMs. The money is when I send a direct message to John Jones and say, hey, listen, you know, I've got this condo on the beach and my wife and I are going to have to sell it because our kids are going to college. You know, that's where the action happens. Okay, why post these videos on social media? I think we're all pretty much bought in, but I'll just rip through this real quick. It sets you up as an expert. It helps retain your existing agents and customers. It generates leads that are higher quality than other marketing efforts. It allows you to an entree into the real estate office where agents who desperately need training are going to want to see how you've succeeded at doing these videos, and they're going to let you come in and talk to them about it. The bad news is you cannot outsource this. This is you. You cannot pay somebody to be you. Okay. The good news is you can outsource just about everything else that we do. Okay, how to make an Instagram reel. You need three things. You need a hook. You need equipment, which is a camera, microphone, and a light. I'm going to show you that in detail later. And the videos need to be edited for music, motion, captions, graphics. I'm going to show you that too. So I'm going to try and play one real quick. This is a video I did a year ago. Got 154 views. Can you see it?
We've got it.
They do a great job and they're very reasonable and they are always very honest. Had some screechy brakes. They could have very easily sold me new brakes. I wouldn't know the difference. And instead they changed the brake pads and they did something to the rotors, which I don't understand, and it was $184. So to get a German car worked on for $180 is a pretty good deal. Easily, they do a
Okay, so that was my terrific video where I was trying to tout one of the local businesses and got 150 views. Okay, so now this is a video I did about Dave Ramsey giving bad advice that got 20,000 views.
Boom.
Well,
No volume there, Stephen.
First time home buyers.
There we go.
Not to buy a home unless they have 20% of it. Many of them took 2 to 3 years to save that money. If they had purchased a home for $300,000 3 years ago, that home would be worth $420,000 today. He was concerned about the mortgage insurance, but by saving the borrowers $6,000 to $7,000, it cost them over $100,000. Dave Ramsey was horribly wrong 3 years ago.
okay. Can anybody see the difference? Okay, I use Neil During's method. You speak directly to the viewer. You get their attention in the first 3 seconds with a hook. You sell the benefits, not the features, the sizzle, not the steak. So remember iPod came out, was a new MP3 player. Well, it wasn't a new MP3 player. It was 1,000 songs in your pocket. So that's the zinger. So that's the hook. Hooks can be hook ideas, ways to save money, mistakes to avoid, number one reason for this or that, top three, this or that. Here's another great one is a home tour where you say, this is what $400,000 will buy you in Grand Rapids, Michigan. News trends. The trend is your friend. You know, if everybody's talking about, I don't know, Rihanna's halftime show at the Super Bowl, then maybe you should throw that in there. So you're overcoming obstacles. Here's how you can buy a house, even if you have very little cash. So where's my girlfriend, Cheyenne? Cheyenne, give me a good hook. Give me a good hook for a video, real quick. Give me a hook.
Oh my gosh. Why hire a realtor? I don't know.
Why should you hire a real estate agent to buy a new home? I love it.
That's a good one.
Heather Simon, give me a good hook. You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. Oh,
Let
there
me
you go.
show you where to put your money.
Let me show you where to put your money.
Mhm.
I don't love it. Where would you show me to put my money?
Kind of similar what you were talking about the Dave Ramsey thing.
Okay, so how about this? How about if you flipped it around a little bit and said, this is the best place to put your money in 2023. Now I'm all interested. Kevin Mark, give me a good hook.
Top 3 cities for young professionals to live in Florida.
Boom.
I like it. I like it.
Doesn't
Sean
this
Miller.
touch the Graham Leach Riley Act?
What? What? Sean, give me a
John
good
Miller's
hook.
still trying to complete some
My
continuing
brain's in
ed,
the
I
room
can
there.
get somewhere.
I'm not as talented as you on this one, so.
Give me a good hook, Sean. Throw something out there. What's a good thing to talk about?
Oh, geez.
Any mortgage topic, dude, come on.
Everything you need to know about mobile homes. Call Brittany Bennett.
All right. These are the top 3 things you need to know about buying a mobile home. How about that? Who else has got one? Raise your hand.
Which
Okay.
way are interest rates going, up or down?
So that's kind of a question. So you would say, John, you would
Yeah,
say,
go on.
you would say, this is where interest rates are going in 2023.
Okay, I like it.
See, now I'm all drawn. I gotta listen.
I
gotta
coach,
give
my
you,
man, I like it, yes.
I gotta give you 40 seconds of my time to figure that out. Okay.
I
so
want to hear
here's-
one from Mosley. Mosley, what do you got?
Okay, Anthony, give us one.
Pay yourself to live in your own home.
Okay, how about this is how you can pay yourself to live in your own home. Now I can't stop listening. I gotta know. Okay, so the winning formula is you give them the hook, it's got a problem, you got a solution. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so here's the equipment list. You ready? You need a camera. Guess what? Does anybody on the call have an iPhone or an Android phone? Okay, you all have a camera. When you're rich and famous, you can go get a $1,000 Sony SLR. But until then, the camera on these things, especially if your phone is like less than 3 or 4 years old, they're amazing. Microphone. Here is an Elgato Wave microphone, $89 on Amazon. And the microphone is real important because it helps. Does my voice come across clear now? So the voice quality, the audio quality is literally more important than the video quality. So definitely buy a microphone. If you want to do them where you're at a distance, get those little clip on. I bought a, what they call a lavalier microphone. It was $39 on Amazon. Okay, as far as lighting goes, You can buy one of these light boxes like you see here, $57. And what that does is you put it at a slight angle and it illuminates your face and it helps your face show up better. You move it around, you find out exactly what looks best, but more light is better. And these soft light, do not use one of those ring lights where I see in your eyeballs or your glasses that you have circles. Okay, this thing is $57. If you have an Apple iPhone, you need an adapter for the microphone. It's $35. That's kind of a rip, but that's Apple. Okay. If you have an Android, you can use a USB plug that you get for like $3. Okay, video editing. You saw on the video, on my video, that it moved up and back and it had captions and little pictures. Okay, rule number one, hire somebody. Do not edit your own videos. Okay, I know some of you are creative and could do a beautiful job. It will take you 4 to 6 hours to edit your video. And then after the second one, you'll hate it and you'll never do it. These whiz kids, like we got that kid in, what's his name? Is it the video guy, John? Kyle, he could do this like while he's watching and playing a video game with one hand. He can edit your video with the other hand in 30 minutes and it looks fantastic. You got to get a video editor. Don't waste your time editing your own videos. Okay. The videos need music. The music gets more views. You want an instrumental. If you're talking, you don't want words in the song to compete with you. So use an instrumental. If you're doing one of those home tours, like this is what you can buy for 400,000 in Grand Rapids, then you can go ahead and use a song with words in, well, you're not going to be editing the video, but I can tell you that in Instagram, they have the trending songs that perform well. And, you know, most of them may not necessarily be songs that you like, but that's what the people like. Okay, motion. The fact that the video camera goes up and back to emphasize certain words is very attractive to the eye. It performs better. Your videographer is going to know how to do this in 2 seconds. Shoot your videos in 4K. Now, some smarty is going to say out there, well, Instagram doesn't support 4K. I know Instagram's going to bump it down to regular HD, but the thing is the 4K gives your video editor as much density as they need in that video, or enough resolution so that they can do the up and back motion and your video will stay sharp. It needs the captions, but not like the captions like you see on TV where you're having trouble hearing the closed caption type. You need the big words, you need the keywords. It's not every word that you say, but it's the important words that you say, and that catches people's eye. So the whole thing is to make this sticky and attractive. You want people to watch the video and you want them to watch it all the way through. In fact, if they don't watch it for 3 seconds, it's not even counted as a view. But the longer they watch it, the more that it goes into Instagram's algorithm and they push it out. You want the engagements, you want the long views, you want the shares, you want all that stuff. So think about it. So how does a video get 1 million views and go viral? Well, it's because Instagram allowed it to go viral. I mean, there's 1 billion users. You could literally, if Instagram sends your video to everybody, in 5 minutes, you could have 1 billion views. But that's not going to happen. It's going to be using that algorithm to put that video in front of the people that it thinks are going to want to see it, and also that a video that is attracting a lot of attention and long viewing time is going to be promoted more. Okay, there's a section for description and hashtags. This is something you need to write just a couple of sentences so you don't restate the video. So on that Dave Ramsey video, I don't say, okay, well, this advice costs 100. You just mention that home buyers that waited could have lost a lot of money and that this may be a good time to buy. So you relate it to the video, but you don't give away, you know, the end of the story in the video. You don't put a spoiler in there. Then you do 4 to 6 hashtags. That seems to be the magic number. That's just something that I've seen. I don't really have empirical data on that, but I usually do, what I do is I do 4 or 5, and then the last one I make it funny, like, you know, I'll put something like mortgage pre-qualification or first-time home buyer as a hashtag, and then the last one I'll be like, you know, tell the landlord to go to hell, you know, or something like that. That's funny. That's obviously not going to be tracked as a hashtag, but anyway, that's just my style. Any questions on what we've gone over so far? This is kind of a good stopping point.
How much do you think this benefits your business?
Well, that's a good question. So right now it's a small portion. My projection is that in 2 years, it will cross 50% of my production. And in 5 years, it'll be 90% of my production. That's my projection.
So I want you know, you guys need to start thinking about branding, right? You've got 4 legs to your marketing plan, and one of them should be branding yourself and your content. You know, 20, 30 years ago, you had to spend a lot of money to advertise on a local park bench or buy billboards to get your brand out there. Today, you can do it virtually for nothing. You know, Stephen, I don't know if you're
So-
doing any paid promotional stuff, you know, to try to get enhanced viewers at this time, but
So none of what I do is paid. I paid somebody to edit the videos, but none of the advertising is paid. So I just went to a mortgage convention in Las Vegas, and the number of people that are doing online business that's in the 50 to 100 million, 200 million. You know, I had on that Jennifer Beeson. She does, I think she crossed 200 million in production last year, and it's all from YouTube videos. So this is, I mean, it may not be today for you, but it is the future. And it is a way for people to grab your customers without you being aware of it, because they're home, they're online, looking at houses, looking at videos and so forth.
I mean, you're
Okay.
keeping yourself top of mind, so when they're ready to pull the trigger, they know who to call.
I mean, I've made a pretty good impact in 90 days.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm like at the very, very, you know, second step of climbing Mount Everest in my eyes. Okay.
Sure.
So here, the next one, reuse videos on the other platforms. So we talked about how I've done on Instagram, but look, on Facebook, I repost them. I've gotten 359,000 reaches, 199,000 engagements. And that's in the past 28 days. So that's pretty good, right? 199,000. They're the same videos. I even use the same description. If you're real savvy, you'll change the description a little bit to make it more contextual to the platform. But I'm a little bit lazy in that respect. On LinkedIn, I got another 14,000 impressions. And on YouTube, YouTube Shorts is also hot right now. I got 11,000. What's amazing is the ones that take off on YouTube don't do well on the other platforms and vice versa. People are different audiences are different, and you have a different mindset on when you're looking in LinkedIn than when you're looking through TikTok. Even the same person has a different mindset. So you've done the work, so milk that cow. Okay, here's what you need to have to succeed, and that's a video regimen. So just like I know top producer like Sean Miller, he's got his non-negotiables. He's got his realtor calls or realtor visits or his certain emails he sends, the classes that he teaches. He just does it. He's that guy. He's built a huge reputation, a terrific reputation, a huge business. Okay, so this has got to be in that mix. You need to have a video regimen. Here's mine. So Sunday, I shoot 3 new videos. It takes me now about 30 minutes. It takes about 10 minutes. Sometimes I do them on the first take. Sometimes I fumble my words and I have to record them a couple of times. But it's digital, so it doesn't cost anything. Just keep the camera going and say it again. It's not a big deal. So Sunday night, I send them to my editor. I post a new video Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Instagram. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. When I was in Vegas for the show, I had a video that I posted. It takes about 5 minutes to post it. So, you know, you can always find 5 minutes, and it's all done from your phone. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I post to the other platforms. So I take that Monday video that I put on Instagram, I let it run on Instagram for 24 hours. Then Tuesday, I'm going to repost it on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn to try and squeeze more juice out of that fruit. Okay. I support the videos. This is another important thing that I'm trying to work on with IG stories. Does everybody know the difference between a story and a reel? Does anybody know the difference between a story and a reel? Gabrielle knows the difference. What's the difference, Gabrielle?
Stories stay for 24 hours and then they go away, and then reels stay in your content.
Right. So all of those, I hate to say stupid videos, but all of those inconsequential, trivial videos you see people posting, a lot of times those are just stories. So even though I gave you a structured game plan with the hook, the problem, the solution, that we're going to do the reels, the stories, there's no rules. You do anything. Hey, I'm picking up my kid and look, he's got food all over his face and people love it. Or, hey, I'm at the ball game and we just came back to win in the fourth quarter. I'm doing this. I'm at this new Chinese restaurant. Look at this picture of my chicken chow mein. You know, all of those off the cuff videos, they give the insight to the personality. So that's how you're not just, you know, here's the mortgage guy with the information that I like and the financial information. And by the way, your reels do not have to always be mortgage information. They can be things like, hey, check with the credit union, CD rates are now at all 10-year highs, you know, whatever. They can be any kind of financial information of either making money or saving money or something that has to do with finance. So it's kind of under our umbrella of knowledge. But the stories, you know, all rules are off, post anything you want, kids, dogs, all that stuff. It gives insight into your personality and people like that. And they disappear in 24 hours. So if you do something embarrassing, it's gone anyway. So the key here is, like I started with, you're building a community. So it doesn't matter whether, you know, Stacy or Kevin, you know, whether you're selling reverse mortgages this year and FHAs next year, or you want to concentrate on VA, or you want to sell tickets into space for Elon Musk, whatever you're doing, you're going to have a community. Hopefully it gets big enough that it supports you in whatever you do. Does that make sense? One more thing about this guy, Neil, that I follow. He does mortgage videos. He has 130,000 followers. I mean, all he has to do is say, yeah, when I go running, I wear Nikes and they're going to sell more shoes. I mean, he's talking about mortgages and has built a following of 130,000. So that's my dream. So his branch does over 200 million. He doesn't originate anymore. He actually, his brother's in the business who originates most of the loans for him, but he just is now the Rainmaker, and he travels the country speaking and talking about doing videos. So I don't know, that's pretty good. Any questions?
I don't think I'll be married anymore if I start doing all those posts.
Well, listen, you're married and you have kids, right?
Yeah, my wife is not a huge fan of me posting a lot of, what's going on.
Well, you stay in your comfort zone, but you've got a lot of things going on in your life that you could post about, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, does anybody have any questions? Did you learn anything about Instagram Reels? Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, so the amount of folks that you can reach, right, Stephen, you've for 30 years since you've originated, right, you valued your database. That's been a big part of your business, right? So the first 28 years, it was your, you know, your pen to paper database. That was your contacts. And now you've just exponentially, right, gone, you know, to space with this opportunity to go on Instagram and social media and really step it up and go next level, guys. I mean, you can have an influence on hundreds of thousands of people in a short time.
That's the thing, John. I mean, John, you're going to be speaking at our fly-in and you're going to be talking to maybe 300 people in the room, right? And that's a pretty good audience. I don't know if you get a little bit nervous or not. I get a little bit nervous, but I
Sure.
mean, you know, so you're thinking, wow, I'm up here talking and 300 people are listening to what I have to say. But now you're going to put out a video. You could have 20,000 people. I had 1 million people. This video right here, 2.8 million. Can you see it on the screen? So 2.8 million people listen to what I had to say. I mean, it's incredible. So yeah, the reach is phenomenal. And you know, we live in a time where to advertise to 1 million people, it would be cost prohibitive. So
Yep.
now we have this technology. We should use it.
Now, here's the kicker, guys, right? You got to imagine yourself. Not everybody's out there looking to shop and buy a home today, but the majority of his viewers, they currently own a home. You know, any of those viewers that have bought a home in the last 12, you know, months or less, their rates are refinanceable. When rates take a dip, I can guarantee you the opportunity with Stephen's reach that he gets when rates go down to 5 or even lower at some point in time, he's going to drop this information out there to the consumer and he's going to have enormous reach.
Right. If you bought a home in October of 2022, you could save $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
You know, I can just imagine what the hooks are going to be, and I'm going to get a lot of DMs from that.
100%.
All right. So this was free, but the cost is, if you'd like to follow me, it's at Katz Mortgage Team, at the little at symbol, Katz Mortgage Team on Instagram, and I would really appreciate it. That's my pitch. That was the whole
Nice.
pitch right
Good job, man.
there.
Anybody
All right,
have any
John.
questions, you guys?
John, I want to thank you for always adding value to the mortgage community.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Stephen. And likewise back to you, man. Great content. You know, I'm going to go ahead and post this out there and get it on our Facebook page as well for anybody that missed this. But Stephen, you and I have talked for a few years. Social media is definitely the thing of the future. You know, again, we go to regular static Facebook where you talked earlier, where you get 60, 80 views. That's nothing, right? That's a drop in the bucket to really the level that you potentially can actually get to. So, yeah, it's awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks again. That's a wrap for Origination Nation 2023. And several of you, I'll see you coming in town 2 weeks from today. Promise some warm weather. For you, Cheyenne, it'll be warm. See you guys.
It better be. Bye.
Bye.